This is a story about Elizabeth Clark,
Elizabeth Youngson,
and Elizabeth Anderson.
We met at a place called Old Bailey's, where one day we decided to steal clothing and linen.
We were caught and were to face court. We were worried about how long our sentences would be, or even if it would be death. Elizabeth Youngson got the sentence of death, but the judge felt sorry for her, and instead of sentencing her to death, she had to go to prison for life. I messed up.
Elizabeth Anderson and Elizabeth Clark both got 7 years of transportation, which doesn't seem too bad, considering the fact that Elizabeth Youngson got life in prison.
We later found out that we were going to be convicts and will be sent to a land newly discovered by James Cook named New South Wales. Our ship will be called Friendship.
After we boarded the ship and sat down, we started to smell the sewage, hear the ocean waters, and the most horrifying fact of all is the convicts being cooped up together.
We were on the ship smelling and starving. We were starving to death because we had no food to eat or share.
We already hated the ship, even though we had just departed. We instantly regretted our actions and wished that we had the opinion to go back and not steal, although we knew that was impossible.
We were getting closer to our first stop, Tenerife. We were ordered to stay inside the ship while the supplies were being put on the ship. No matter what we did, we couldn't see anything that was happening outside, as if it would even make a difference.
We were in the boat for a long time after that, and we spent most of that time worrying about the place we were going to. Apparently, it will serve us right.
Our next stop is Rio de Janeiro, and like last time, we weren't allowed out of the boat, probably because we might escape. But there was really no escape, is there? There's just water for miles and miles.
Once again, we couldn't see what was being loaded on the ship and gave up trying.
We are yet again in the boat, wishing to have never stolen, wishing to know about the place we were going to. It is a long time before we are stopping again, and apparently it will be the last stop before we arrive. We have stopped for the last time at Cape Town. Without doubt, we are in the ship. We can barely see what is being loaded onto the ship, which we won't mind seeing, as if it will even make a difference.
We finally have arrived. It is horrifying already, and judging by the looks of the other convicts, they think so too. Being female convicts, we weren't allowed off the ships for months, while the male convicts fixed the tents and everything.
We are finally off the ship, and New South Wales is the worst place you can possibly imagine. There are spiky plants, insects, natives, and barely any food.
Each day, we worked extremely hard, barely get any sleep, and only a few crumbs of food. Life at prison would be a million times better. We were resisting the urge to go and beg Arthur Phillip to go back to the prison. Thinking back that the place was luxury, maybe we could... No, we cannot possibly escape.
When we sleep in the tents, the rainwater soaks through the tents, and when we wake up, we are really wet. A short time after, large puddles were collecting in the tent, and we could barely find any dry patches. But even if we did, it never stopped the water from going into the tent.
We knew there would be a long 7 years, or life. Was the linen worth it? Not really.
Thank you for listening.